Okay, so today I'm sort of going to show you how to reassemble and seal your three-piece wheels. Now this is just a temporary video because as you can see my centers aren't done yet and I'm sort of stuck on those and what to do, but I do realize that show season is like right around the corner, so I want to just put up this temporary video. That way you guys can at least get your wheels refinished, back on the road, and do what you got to do. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is I already have another video up, not my video, but it's another person's video. Basically shows the whole entire process of resealing them, except it misses some key points. So click an annotation on the screen right now. If the annotation isn't there, then check the description. That's going to have all the information you will ever need. So first, watch that video, which I'll allow you to do right now. Okay, so a couple things the video doesn't cover is some minor details. Well, first of all, when you're resealing your wheels, you need to make sure all your lips and everything, the contact point for where you're putting your silicone is cleaned off. As you can see, this still has silicone on it. These still have silicone on them. Okay, and what you want to get them to is like the lips, where they have nothing. This is bare metal. So if these are powder coated, painted, whatever, you're going to want to make sure that these have gone down to basically bare metal. That way it's going to give it an area to stick on with your silicone. Second thing is what silicone to use. That video doesn't exactly cover what silicone to use. However, what is recommended by CCW is this silicone right here. The model number is GE5000, and that is what's recommended by CCW to reseal their wheels. And as you know, CCW, they make complete custom wheels, what it stands for. They make three-piece wheels, essentially all the same exact thing. So there's a link in the description for where to buy that on Home Depot, so you can see that exact product. This is the silicone you want to use. Besides that, you also want to make sure that all of your wheels are lined up. Remember how I pointed out when taking these apart, you want to mark your barrel. As you can see there, this barrel is number 2. This face is number 1, and this is a lip for wheel number 1. So these would all have to be assembled accordingly along that line that's drawn there. And the thing with RS's is, as you can see with that lip, that points to that center bolt where the valve stem is supposed to go. So right there, that's where you're going to want to put your valve stem when assembling it. So right there, that'll be the proper area to reassemble. So keep that in mind when you're resealing your wheels, that you need to make sure you line up everything. Also, what that video doesn't point out is that when you're reassembling, there's 2 different types of wheels, you know. There's ones that are assembled with the barrel, then the lip, and then of course the center on top. However, you know, you're only going to need 1 bead of silicone. But if you're doing RS's like this, you're going to need to put a bead of silicone around here. Then you're also going to put a bead of silicone around here on your lip. That way you have this, your barrel right here. You can make sure you match up your face with that line that I was talking about. You drop your center right here, and then of course match up this, and then you can drop that on there. And then you're gonna have 2 beads of silicone that you're gonna need to smooth out with your hand. Then after that, another thing that needs to be talked about is Loctite. When you put on your bolts, that video is gonna show you how to put on your bolts, like, you know, the star pattern, all that sort of stuff. But what it doesn't talk about is you're going to need a Loctite. Now, some people don't use Loctite, which is, you know, their preference. However, I would highly suggest that you do use Loctite because, of course, these things are going to get heated up. There's a lot of vibration caused, you know, by the wheels. So, you know, there's usually 2 different types of Loctite, blue Loctite and red Loctite. Blue Loctite is not made for heat. Red Loctite is, which means you're going to have to heat it up beforehand. However, you know, a lot of you guys run in winter conditions, etc. I would recommend just using your standard blue Loctite, which I believe is number 243 or 248. That's the Loctite I would use on your bolts. you know, because in the winter they might get corroded. You're not going to want to heat every single one of these bolts up. You know, 134 of these bolts. You're not going to want to heat all those up just to unbolt them. So don't use red Loctite and don't use any Loctite at all. Use your standard blue Loctite on your bolts. And the last thing basically to be covered is your torque specifications. You should go to whatever your manufacturer of your wheels go to. So these are BBS RS's. So brand new, if you're using brand new bolts, go to 44 pounds torque, and torque all those down to 44 pounds. However, if you're reusing your standard bolts that came with these wheels, not new ones like from Black Forest Industries, then you would torque them down to half of that, so 22 pounds. So that's like a standard keynote. If you're going to put new bolts in your wheels, due to the standard recommendation of, you know, 44 pounds or whatever, you have to contact whoever your wheel company is, your manufacturer. And if you're reusing the same bolts, then you're gonna usually want to do them about half, because otherwise you're gonna stretch your bolts out. You're probably gonna crack them, snap them, because they can't handle that many pounds of pressure. So yeah, after that, you know, follow that. I'm gonna have, I believe, 2 different types of builds in the description as well for putting back together RS's standard 3-piece wheel basically. And I'm gonna give you what silicone to use, that video that I was talking about. So this is basically just a temporary video to get you guys up and going, because I don't want to keep you back just because, you know, I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah, I hope that helped you out. If you have any questions, you know, I understand this isn't going to be the best video, but if you have any questions, of course I'll try and make the best responses to them. So yeah, thanks for watching. You know, hopefully I'll make my own video in the coming month or whenever I get these centers done. But until then, hopefully this will do. So thanks for watching, and good luck to you guys.